There's a lot to talk about, but not much in terms of relief. Stay there, I'll be back. I've been going on a lot about how I was expecting the temperatures to start dropping off a little bit and see more frequent cold fronts, and unfortunately the relief we were looking at for this week kind of just didn't really make it. And we have signs of more relief in the future, but for right now, I'm just going to stick with what we've got right in front of us, and we'll hope for the best coming down the tailpipe. Right now, I'm looking at records, and I'm going to start following the DFW and Waco records. It turns out that the sensors and those kind of things in the local weather stations just are not reliable enough, so I'm just going to go with the more reputable ones. 105 and 106 are the records in DFW and Waco for today. Back in 1948, unfortunately, does look like we're in a good position to either tie or break those. Normal temperature today, 96 degrees. Yes, that's down just a smidge, and it will continue to go down. That's an average, by the way, between these two. Here's our streaks. With DFW, we are 41 days, including today, at 100 degrees or more, 20 days at 105 or more. Now, for the 100-degree days, that's the 10th in line. For the 105, second behind 1989. For Waco, we are 48 days at 100 degrees. By the way, I believe we're over 50 days without rain there. Didn't include that one, but that's 11th in terms of the rankings there. And then 21 days at 105 degrees in Waco. That's second in line behind 2011 rather. Like I said, today we're in pretty good position to tie or break those records. 106, 107 across the area right now, and 80 degrees, 81 overnight tonight. So staying pretty warm, and that's why we do have excessive heat warnings across the area, and those will continue for most of the week. We'll get into that in a moment. We talked about the heat. I want to talk about the dry here, and as you see in the map that came out Thursday, we just continue to deteriorate in terms of these drought conditions. We are now in moderate drought for most of our area, severe drought getting west of 35, and extreme drought not too far away, including Waco right now. Waco, Gatesville, Hamilton, and San Saba there. And high risk, critical risk for most of us today in this map. And so again, we have to be very, very careful out there. That's why we have these red flag warnings that include, again, really all four of our core counties and the burn bans everywhere across North and Central Texas here. So we go into the tropics. There's been a lot of talk about this one. This is potential Cyclone 9, as it is now known, and this storm becoming more organized, and you can see that rotation starting. It will continue on into South Texas, right through the Rio Grande Valley there. Not doing much for us, really not much help for us at all. And then going out into the Atlantic, we have Gert, we have Franklin, now post-tropical system Emily. Emily will continue on to the north, so will Franklin, and Gert is just kind of sitting there. So really none of this is going to help us out. We are watching this storm when we get out into really closer to the main development region here. Another system that could very well develop, but again, that one looks to be headed to the north as well. So the tropics are active, and when we look at this, and I've shown you this before, we are getting right towards the end of August, beginning of September. We are getting into the peak of hurricane season. So the red is the peak of hurricanes and tropical systems. The yellow is specifically hurricanes. So we are getting right around the peak. So the hurricanes the tropics rather, are heating up right on time for this area. And so we will continue to see that activity, and hopefully one of those might bring us some relief, but we could do without. all of the crazy action there. Here's what's going on around the country. We have the remnants of Hillary over in Los Angeles area, over in Southern California right now. Yesterday, as I was looking for updates on Hillary, found out there was an earthquake there. So Southern California has had a little bit of a long week already on this Monday. And yes, here's the high pressure system that is just dominating our area, just sitting on top of the middle of the country here. This cold front won't really do anything for us, but we do have signs of cold fronts to come in the forecast, not in the 7-day, but beyond that. So 106 today. Next couple of days, we cool down just a little bit, maybe bring in some breezier winds, and the breezier winds, unfortunately, not helping us because it does increase that fire risk. Then 105, 106 Thursday and Friday. I do expect some clouds here for Saturday and Sunday. Now, you notice Sunday we dip a little bit. I will be watching the beginning of next week, and then really on the other side of Labor Day for a couple of fronts that are pointed to in models. Now, of course, again, this is further out, so I can't give you a whole lot of stock in those, but those are the ones, those are the trends that I am watching right now, so stay tuned. I'm going to continue to watch these. We'll keep an eye on that storm down in the Gulf just to make sure that's not possibly going to make a little bit of a turn to the north and bring us some rain. Doesn't look likely, but anything is possible. We'll continue to monitor the high pressure system, see when that's finally going to back off. And yes, we'll be watching the fringes of this 7-day forecast. See if we can bring at least a little bit of relief to our area. Next time, hopefully we have some better news, but for now, stay safe and stay cool. And keep an eye to the tropics. A lot of things happening there.